everyone. Welcome to the Night of Ideas. And I love this concept. I think it's a very good idea. So, to everyone, thank you for being here. And a special salute to my ambassador, Etienne, and all of his people. And we're just very, very happy to be here tonight and in the Brooklyn Public Library. How cool is that? And of course, I'm so grateful for the honor that was bestowed upon me. I will take good care of it. And this little song is called Grateful. Just another skin simply slips away. You can rise above it. It was shared easily. It all will come out fine. I've learned it line by line. One common wire, one silver thread, all that you desire rolls on ahead. Like a ship in a bottle, held up to the sun, sails ain't going nowhere. You can count everyone until it crashes onto the earth, simply slips away. You can hide in the open. I just disappear. It all will come out fine. I've learned it line by line. One common wire, one silver thread, all that you desire rolls on ahead. Just a craving and a twist of the wrist will undo the stopper into abrupt tenderness. Die, little sparrow, and awake singing. It all will come out fine. I've learned it line by line. One common wire, one silver thread, all that you desire rolls on ahead. wonderful. So this little song was written in honor of William Blake. And William Blake is a good person to think about when you feel, as an artist, you feel misunderstood, or you feel unappreciated, or you feel the trajectory of your career isn't going the way you hoped it would be. William Blake, in his lifetime, though he was an activist, fought for women's rights, children's rights. He wrote songs. He was a master printer, a painter, a philosopher, a poet. And yet, in his own lifetime, he lived in poverty and was nearly forgotten. And yet, he always did his work. He maintained his vision and did his work because that was what he was put on earth to do. He never saw fame and fortune, but we see the fruits of all of his labors now, and he has become much beloved. In my Blakean year, I was so disposed toward a mission yet unclear, advancing pole by pole. Punching breathed into my ear, obey the simple code. When road was paved in gold, when road was just a road. And my Blakean, yeah, such a woeful schism. The pain in our existence was not as I envisioned. Boots that tramp from track to track, worn down to the soul. When road was paved with gold, when road was just a road. And breathed into his ear, obey the simple code. When road is paved in gold, when road was just a road. And my Blakean, yeah, temptation, yet a hiss, just a shallow spear, road in cowardice. Brace yourself for bitter flack, for a life divine, a labyrinth of riches never shall unwind. The tears that bind the pilgrim sack are stitched into the Blakean back. So throw off your stupid cloak, embrace all that you fear, 'cause joy will conquer all despair. In my Blakean year, so throw off your stupid cloak, embrace all that you fear, 'cause joy will conquer all despair. despair. In my Blakey year, in my Blakey year, mercy hath a human heart, pity a human face, and love the human form divine, and peace the human dress. A mercy, a pity, a peace and love we pray for in our distress, but mercy shall embrace, mercy shall embrace. It is the mercy. Uh-huh. 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 So as I had said earlier, we're not very far from where Robert Mapplethorpe and I started our life together in 1967, right near Pratt. And so I thought it would be very nice to read a poem for Robert this evening. And I know he would be quite proud of me. I'll tell you a little story. When I was a little girl, I was not allowed to take anything from strangers. My mother was very strict about this. And one day, a fella came to our school. It was the 1950s, and they had campaign buttons that were really fancy. They were like medals. They were a button with ribbons, flowing ribbons, and I thought they were the coolest thing ever. And he gave them to all the children, but I could not accept it because he was a stranger. And so he said, "Are you sure you don't want one?" And I said, "No, but I really did." And so I had to walk home, and I lived about 2 miles from school. And I remember forlorn walking back home, and it started to rain, and people would pass me by with all their medals and ribbons. And I said to myself, someday I'm going to get my own medals. So I'd just like to say that it was the country of France that made it possible. I asked Jessie if she could improvise some music. This is a poem that I wrote when Robert died of AIDS in 1989, and it's called Reflecting Robert. Blessedness is within us all. It lies upon the long scaffold, patrols the vaporous hall. In our pursuits, though still we venture forth, hoping to grasp a handful of cloud and return, unscathed, cloud in hand. We encounter space, fist, violin, or this, an immaculate face of a boy, somewhat wild, smiling in sun. He raises his hand as if in carefree salute, shading eyes that contain the threat of God, Soon they will gather power, disenchantment. They will reflect enlightenment, agony. They will reveal the process of love. They will, in an hour alone, shed tears. His mouth, a baptismal font, opening wide as the lips of a damsel, sounding the dizzying extremes, the relativity of vain, the hip of unrest. For the sake of wing, there is shoulder. For symmetry, there is blade. He kneels, he humiliates, he pierces his side, offering his spleen to the wolves of the forest. He races across the tiles, the human board. Virility, coquetry, all a game well played. Immersed in luminous disgrace, he lifts as a slave, a nymph, a fabulous hood, as a rose, a thief of life. He will parade, nude, crowned with leaves, immortal. He will sing of the body, his truth. He will increase the shining neck. He will pluck airs toward our delight of the waning, the blossoming, the violent charade. But who will sing of him? Who will sing of his blessedness? The blameless eye, the radiant grin, for he, his own messenger, is gone. He has leapt through the Orphic glass to wander eternally in search of perfection. His blue ankles tattooed with stars. Little twisted, sorry. This is a song that Lenny and I wrote. It's a little song to life, but we always dedicate it to the departed. And because it is the living who continue to bring the departed with us through memory, through their love and stories. And I would specifically like to dedicate it to one of my own friends who passed away a couple of days ago, Bobby Newworth. Bobby Newworth was he was everything. He was a painter and a songwriter and a singer. He was a mentor to many. He was a sort of the alter ego of Bob Dylan in Don't Look Back. He was a songwriter who wrote Mercedes-Benz with Janis Joplin. And for me, best of all, he was my friend. And so I remember Bobby. And for, well, a sadder and deeper task, we would like to also dedicate the song in memory of all those who have lost their lives in the war in the Ukraine. Am I doing it right? It's only got 2 chords and I forgot the first one. skin. Oh, to cry, not any cry. So mindful that the dove just laughs and the steadfast gasps. Oh, too old, not anyone. Nothing to be. Not here, but here. Forsaking all equatorial bliss, who walked through the callow mist, dressed in scraps, who walked the curve of the world, whose bones scraped, whose flesh unfurled, who grieves not anyone gone to greet lame the inspired stars, amazed to stumble where gods get lost beneath the Southern Cross. Amazed to stumble where gods get lost beneath the Southern Cross. Life. So we've come to the last song of our program, and the horror. Well, there are many other things, many other people who are contributing to the night, and just so grateful to have this time with you. We'd like to do this song. Was written by Jesse's father, Fred Sonic Smith, and I, and thank you. And it was not around 1986, and I was, I guess it was the end of '86, and I was just newly carrying Jessie. She wasn't born yet. And I was peeling potatoes in the kitchen, and Fred came in and said, "Tricia, people have the power. Write it." So I was peeling potatoes, you understand. So, but I did think about it. He gave me this task, and I thought about it for quite some time. And I don't usually talk about what the lyrics mean, but for tonight, I just thought it would be interesting. The first verse was in a dream of a beautiful environment of people being kinder to the earth. And it's very interesting that that should be the opening of the song, because I recorded it right before Jessie was born, and she kicked mightily as we were recording, and Jessie became a climate change activist as well as a musician. And the second verse is the anti-war section. At that time, Russia had gone into Afghanistan, and I was really heartbroken to imagine Afghanistan invaded in this way. And I had this dream that, because there were so many at that time, so many shepherds and in Afghanistan, and I dreamed of just all the shepherds and the soldiers saying, "What are we doing?" And just lying down in the night and looking up at the stars together. And the third, of course, is just the people, all races and persuasions, walking together with none to laugh nor criticize. So I wrote the words for Fred. Fred wrote the music, and he wrote it for you. Dedicate this to the people of the Ukraine. I was dreaming, in my dreaming, well, of an aspect bright and fair, and my sleeping, it was broken, but my dream, it lingered near. From of shining valleys where the pure air rarefied, and my senses are newly opened, I awaken into the cry that the people have the power to redeem the work of fools upon the meek. The grace is shower, it's decreed, the people rule. Come on. Believe it. Make it so. People have the power. Became suspect and lying low as if to hear, and the armies ceased advancing because the people had their ear, and the shepherds and the soldiers, where they lay beneath the stars, exchanging visions, laying arms to waste in the dust, in the form of shining valleys where the pure air rarefied, and my senses are newly opened, I awakened to the cry. Come on! Believe it! Make it so! People have the power. were deserts, I saw fountains, and like cream, the waters rise. And we strolled there together, when none to laugh or criticize. Well, in the leopard and the lamb lay together, truly bound. Well, I was hoping, in my hoping, to recall what I'd found. I was dreaming, in my dreaming, God knows, a pure view. As I surrender into my sleeping, I commit my dream to you. Come on.
People have the power
To dream.
People have the power
To vote.
People have the power
To strike.
People have the power
To love. The power to dream. To rule. To wrestle the world from fools. It's decreed the people rule. Well, it's decreed the people rule. Listen, I believe everything we dream can come to pass through our union. We can turn the world around. We can turn the earth's revolution. We have the power. People have the power. The people have the power. The people have the power. Don't forget it. Use your voice. Honor and country. Thank you. Jesse Paris Smith, Lenny Kay.